Someone once said that when you have a business mindset, you see business opportunities in everything you look after, touch, and or experience. Of course that was paraphrased. Boy, were they right. At least for me, that rule couldn't be more factual. I have often wondered what my life would have been like if I had remained a daddy's girl. That is, if the cold hands of death didn't snatch my first love, source of inspiration, provider, and daddy away from me on that fateful morning of July 24th, 2006. If you have came across a few of my articles, podcasts, and YouTube videos, you surely realize by now that I always mention the loss of my dad. Well, that's because I strongly believe, now more than ever, that his passing led me to all the experiences from which I draw inspiration to write and speak to you. This photograph of me was taken sometime in the first quarter of 2011. I had traveled to Durban, South Africa for a few days to enjoy a break from months of hard work as a finance manager for a company that was rather tough and unconventional to manage. While holidaying, I stumbled upon this beautiful handmade jewelry done by South African women and sold around the parade by the beautiful beaches of Durban. Although I fell in love with the colors and the art, I also saw an opportunity to blend my social time with some business time. I wanted to know where to source the beads at a much cheaper price and to access a wider variety. After looking around, the treasure hunt was fruitful. We found someone whose prices were not tourist prices. Coming from Cameroon, I knew the women in my country would scramble to each have one. So I invested $1,000 without doing any market research or going through the extensive process of getting into a new venture. I don't recommend this though. However, I made sure to get the following clearly and correctly, at least in my mind. There wasn't time to put pen to paper. I had to decide whether or not to buy them before heading back to Pretoria the next day. So I figured out my customer avatar. Women between age 20 and above who love nice things and can pay good money for them. Lol. That was my 21-year-old brain figuring marking out. My marketing strategy: take pictures and share them with all my friends, my sister's friends, and show them to women in all the offices that I went to discuss business for my full-time job. More like using one stone to shoot two birds. Profit margin: if I invest $1,000, how many sets do I get? How much is my cost of sales? What will my gross margin be? And eventually, what will be my net margin after any other costs? Once my mind was comfortable with the amount of money I was going to make, who I was going to sell them to, and how, I pulled the trigger. Boom! Super excited about my new business opportunity, I wasted no time in starting to broadcast the news that goods were on the way. Ladies started flooding my inbox to ask for pictures and reserve theirs. Everything happened so fast, and before I even landed at the airport in Cameroon, 60% had been sold. At the end of the week after returning home, I had my $1,000 back with an extra $2,000 in profit. Yes, you read that right. I made a staggering 200% return on my investment in 2 weeks. Please tell me any job or stock market that can beat that, and I am going to leave everything behind and follow you. Ahahaha. So you see why I bought my first car with 100% cash at only 21. Next time, I'll tell you how I did it. Lesson: there are business opportunities everywhere we go, yet we need to have a shift in mindset, be comfortable to take risks, and also be willing to add value and serve. 99.9% of those who bought my jewelry may never get the opportunity to travel to Durban. However, they were very glad that I brought the South African culture to their doorsteps and colored up their lives. By the way, I felt like a true African woman in green with my gorgeous beads.